Hello and welcome to another recap of the Real Housewives of Orange County. Season 15. Wow. Episode 4, The Aftershock. I'm getting a really good number of views now on both my channels, especially for the Housewives, especially for this particular Housewives, as in Orange County. But the number of people who are watching and watching for a significant amount of time, which I'm grateful for, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. I'd love to have you join me, but please subscribe. Come on, it's just that little red square. You just push it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just a tiny little motor skill. Just push that little button. Please subscribe. And then if you do subscribe, or when you subscribe, please note down in the comments, I'm so-and-so and I'm a new subscriber, because I want to be able to thank you personally. Okay, we start with Shawn attacking Gina following Braunwyn's dramatic throwing of the glass into the swimming pool. Why is Shawn attacking Gina? Gina didn't know Braunwyn was an alcoholic when she called her a sloppy chihuahua. Shawn, go get a life. Shawn asks Gina to please come to talk to Braunwyn outside. Kelly tells Shawn, don't get involved, man. I agree with Kelly. Okay, then Braunwyn proceeds to tell Gina she is an alcoholic. Well, they immediately start fighting over Shawn's stupid text. They go right from her saying, look, I'm an alcoholic, to now let's talk about this ridiculous thing. Okay, so he got you an Uber and then he sent you a text, Gina, to see if you got home okay. And he said that he had to put Braunwyn to bed, winky face. I think the whole thing is the winky face. That and the fact that Braunwyn and Shawn are, very open about their marriage and their sex apartment in the Balboa Bay Club, and the fact that they love to do threesomes. And I think Gina just sort of assumed it was some kind of come on. But it's just not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. I think that, if you get a text, sometimes it's natural for you to tell a friend, yeah, I got this kind of weird text from my friend's husband. Well, although remember, Gina and Braunwyn are not friends. I don't think they're ever going to be friends. But anyway. Okay, yeah, so I can see, she got a little feeling and she shared it with someone. But Braunwyn taking it so horrifically, I guess she's like embarrassed to think that anyone else would think that Shawn was flirting with Gina. I guess that's it. I guess I can understand, but she's just so oversensitive. She's such a diva. I mean, Braunwyn, I'm proud of you for opening up about your problem, but oh my God, are we going to have to put up with this hypersensitivity the entire season? I think I know the answer to that. Okay, alright, so the fight goes nowhere. Gina, Emily, and Elizabeth, also Shannon, toast to a fun year ahead. Everything's uphill from here, etc., etc., etc. Okay. Okay, Braunwyn pulls Kelly aside to say that she is dying for a drink. And Kelly says, why be a quitter? Which is so funny. Like, in other words, just have a drink. What the hell? Don't be a quitter. Actually, Kelly is perfect for Braunwyn right now, because Braunwyn is taking everything way too seriously, and a little bit of humor injected into the situation is, I believe, exactly what Braunwyn needs. Just shake it off. I mean, I know it's a big deal. It's very difficult. I'm not trying to downplay it, but come on. Okay, yeah, Shane is funny. I do like him. He's kind of standing in the background. Yeah, the more I see him, the more I like him. Okay, now we have Braunwyn goes home to older daughter Rowan, and we see another parentified child yet another child who basically has to raise a parent. And in the case of Rowan and her mom, Braunwyn, this is extremely true. That she has had to watch out for mommy because mommy's drunk all the time, and now that mommy's sober, now she has to be mommy's therapist. So, okay, poor Rowan. All right. Yeah, I mean, I admire Braunwyn for opening up again, but her enabler and personal assistant and holder of the immunity idol, Shawn, is going to have a whole lot of work ahead of him. Oh, she makes Shawn go to AA meetings with her. I mean, I guess at first, if you're afraid or something, but you shouldn't need to have your husband go with you to AA meetings. Hopefully she's not. Hopefully she's going to get to the point where she can go on her own. Anyway. Okay. All right. Now we go to Shannon's house. La Casa de Shannon. And she's in with the girls, and she's showing them a weird portrait that she had painted of herself in the gym. It doesn't look like her. She's got her hair all scraped back in a high ponytail. It looks like someone. If any of you can tell me which celebrity or other housewife or who this looks like, please put it in the comments. Because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's so-and-so. I didn't even think it was Shannon. Although, why would she have a portrait of so-and-so, who I can't even think of who it is. But anyway, it looks very familiar, but it does not look like Shannon Bedore. Okay, this is an Orange County tradition. I'm just going to take you back to my childhood, where the Christopher family lived in a mansion up the street from me. And it was one of those very classic kind of French chateau type houses, and you went through these huge double doors into this living room with a spiral staircase, and right next to the staircase, the first thing you saw coming through the door was a naked picture of Mrs. Christopher, the mom, Sally Christopher. Yeah. She had 3 sons, Cook, Chase, and Cameron. Okay, could that possibly be any whiter? Is that like, I guess probably as the Irish Catholic family. Yeah, as the Irish Catholic family, maybe we were the ethnic ones in that neighborhood. I don't know. We're kind of jumping around a little bit into some different scenes. We see Kelly being really inappropriate with Shannon's dad. I did not mention that in the last episode, Kelly charmingly referred to him as Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati. Yeah. And now she's basically, just kind of flirting with him and wanting to know how his sex life is, because she wants to know how Rick Leventhal is going to be when he gets older, because right now their sex life it's amazing. It's so hot. So she is really, really sick of the separation from Rick. Now we have a little flash over to Kelly's new house. Kelly and Rick are in the kitchen and they're eating Hava chips. Oh, those are the best. That is a California thing. I thought when Trader Joe's came to South Florida, they might sell Hava chips, but no. Hava chips are these really thick handmade corn tortilla chips, and they're made with soy sauce. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. I always buy those. I don't usually eat things like tortilla chips, but they're very basic. They're just like salt, corn, water, and soy sauce, like very few ingredients, but they're so, so good. And I always break my low carb diet to eat Hava chips when I go to California. I love them. Okay, all right, so Rick is going to be moving to LA with Fox, I guess. I don't exactly understand how that works because their main network headquarters are in New York. So I don't exactly know what he's going to do. Is he going to work for a network affiliate in Los Angeles? I don't know. Anyway, she is crazy about him. Kelly is crazy about him. I'm crazy about him because he's a yes man. He does everything she wants. He does it right away. He thinks of things she needs before she needs them. He's perfect for her. Okay, now we move over to Gina. Gina is planning her daughter's birthday party. This is her daughter, Sienna. So she invites Matt, her not yet ex-husband, but her ex, and his girlfriend, who is of course named, I'm assuming, something like Brittany, because girlfriends, the first girlfriend after you get divorced in the Orange County by law has to be named Brittany, I'm pretty sure. That might not be the name, but I feel like it is. Okay, so the girlfriend's really nice to Gina. She lives nearby, and the other nice thing is, since Matt's kids and Gina's kids kind of go back and forth between mom and dad, Brittany, I think that's her name, sometimes helps and picks up the kids, takes them to school, and also Brittany's kids go to the same elementary school, which I bet is Mariners Elementary School in Newport Beach in Harbor Highlands. I don't know. All right. Okay, so Elizabeth is now out shopping with Kelly. Okay. She's spending top dollar on lawyers, and she said that it is worth it because there's so much money involved. Apparently, she was really with him while he was building up his fortune. So yeah, she's going to be due a lot. She's going to have a huge settlement and a huge monthly spousal support situation, I'm sure. Okay, so for her, it is worth the time and the money to go with the really expensive attorney. She could go with my sister. She's a high-powered divorce lawyer in Orange County. Okay, oh, and I love the boutique they're in. The sales girl is a hijabi, and she's wearing this really pretty peach situation with the, yeah, just very cute girl. Okay, there are so many awesome little boutiques in Newport, and normally I'm kind of a Nordstrom Rack, Saks off Fifth, those kind of discounty place shoppers, because I do like to get things on sale, discounted. But these little individual boutiques in Newport are just so special, and they have such cool stuff, especially in, oh my god, lingerie and swimwear. I mean, I would never normally spend like $300 on a bikini, but I'll do it there because they have these brands I never see anyplace else. And they're just amazing. Like they're engineered. They must have like top engineers from, I don't know, combination of Switzerland and China getting together to engineer these bikinis, because they just hold everything in and push everything up, and they're amazing. This brand called the Vitamin A. But super expensive. But again, I don't, normally in Miami, I don't really buy stuff like that unless my husband gives me a gift, but that's not me buying it. So that's the exception. I'm not going to necessarily go sale shopping in Newport. There's too much good stuff there, so I save up before I go, is what I do. Okay, now Emily is at Gina's house. Shannon is now being really friendly to Emily. She even added her onto a group text, apparently. She was going out with somebody. I think Shannon was going out with maybe Elizabeth, and she put Emily in on the text. And by that point, I think Emily was already ready to go to bed, but she was shocked that Shannon included her and is now sending her texts. So she's delighted with that. Okay, Braunwyn said to Emily, this is in the conversation, of course, the conversation of between Emily and Gina, that Emily says Braunwyn told her the reason she had 2 nannies is so she could drink. So the 2 nannies and Shawn were her enable squad. They were like her alcohol support team. Wow. Okay. Gina's dad was also an alcoholic. She has some experience in that department. And also, I recall in this episode, Elizabeth says she has a lot of alcoholism in her family as well. And she's also willing to help. Most people have alcoholism in their family somewhere. Sadly, it's pretty common. Okay, Braunwyn texted Gina and asked her to go to an AA meeting and then have coffee afterwards and talk. That sounds like the least fun thing I can possibly imagine. I'm sorry, but because Braunwyn has not really been nice to Gina, if I were Gina, I would find an excuse to get out of that one. If it was in the afternoon, I'd have a dentist's appointment, and if it was in the evening, I'd be having, my mother-in-law would be making dinner that I can't possibly get out of or something. Going to an AA meeting. Don't go to an AA meeting unless you're an alcoholic. They're not fun. They're not interesting. I've visited, and it's not my idea of a good time. I mean, they're amazing. Obviously, what they do is incredible. My brother has been sober forever because of AA. He got sober when he was 25, and now he's like in his early 60s, and he hasn't touched alcohol because he's constantly going to meetings, and he's sponsoring people, and he's really into it, and he really loves it. So I'm a huge fan of AA, but I'm not going to go to a meeting if I don't have to. Ew. No, it's just, when I say ooh, I don't mean ooh, alcoholics. Like I said, my whole family's full of addicts and alcoholics, and, I have my issues. Braunwyn, stop obsessing over whether or not Shannon said Gina's goddamn condo was sad and depressing. We don't care. You shouldn't care. We don't want to hear about this anymore. Oh God, Shawn and Braunwyn. I know it sounds like I'm jumping all over the place in this episode, but this episode does jump all over the place. It's not like one of those things where half the episode is one big party. It's a lot of little choppy scenes, and a lot of the same shit over and over too, by the way. Okay, so Shawn and Braunwyn are having the Housewives kiss of relationship death, the vow renewal. Have we learned nothing? Have we learned nothing from all the vow renewals that have been followed by messy, ugly divorces? Really? Ugh. So I guess this is their 20th anniversary, and she said she was really drunk at her 10th anniversary vow renewal. It looked like they spent all this money for this beautiful ceremony in Hawaii with the family, and she said she was just hammered. That is so sad. That is really a sad part about being an alcoholic. You're missing a huge chunk of your life. You're not present for a lot of great stuff that's happening around you in your life because you're zoned out. That must be awful. Okay, Braunwyn invites Shannon and her family. She says that she is really embarrassed about her behavior at the party. Shannon is still pretty angry about Braunwyn saying that Shannon told everyone Gina's place was sad and depressing. She said, I really tried to be, a good friend to Gina and Braunwyn, and I don't understand why you're doing this to me now. Shannon didn't say it. Braunwyn doesn't believe it. Do I care? Less and less. Less and less. Shannon took her to her first AA meeting, by the way. Being a good friend. Oh. Okay, Braunwyn says she won't mention it again. Slow claps. I don't ever want to hear about this again. Okay. But wait, we're not done with the slight hostility. Shannon says, by the way, Braunwyn, you called my partner's son Lemonade Boy. She was trying to get, I think, Shawn's attention inside, and he was out front. And so Shannon's boyfriend, John's son, cute blonde kid, who was dressed in the lemonade gear that she had the kids put on to serve shots, but she called him Lemonade Boy. Is that the worst thing you could call somebody? I think if someone called me Lemonade Girl, first of all, I'd be thrilled that anyone called me girl. They called me Lemonade Lady. I don't think I would be so offended, but anyway, Shannon's offended. Okay, but she will do her best to move forward because she wants la vida, to be muy buena, and she's going to move past it. Okay. All right, here's a brief scene with Braunwyn again, and robot Shawn comes in to make her feel better about herself. This is after the conversation with Shannon, where she says, I can't believe it, she really doesn't think she said that Gina's conduct was sad and depressing. And Shawn's like, well, oh, yes, dear. Yes, dear. Oh, my God. Go put on another giant, chunky necklace, and yeah. Not a fan of Shawn. Okay, now we're with Emily and Kelly at Kelly's house. And Kelly does not understand why everyone is freaking out about Miss Rona, because she still thinks, as most of us did, that it's just another flu. It's just another N1H1, just another SARS, just the same old. We didn't know. We didn't know. Okay, so they start talking about Braunwyn, and Kelly said, Braunwyn is so much better drunk. Kelly and Emily said everything that she did was over-exaggerated and over-dramatic. Yeah, I mean, she's going to use her alcoholism now to be the biggest diva the show has ever seen. She's just going to be a massive drama queen. Gee, I wonder where she gets it from. Mom Deb. Okay. Braunwyn calls Kelly. Braunwyn and Shawn decide to come over now to Kelly's new place, and they bring Kelly a mezuzah. That's nice. Yeah, I knew Rick Leventhal was Jewish, but apparently Shawn is also a member of the tribe. And he puts it up kind of incorrectly by the front door, but she has a very narrow door frame, so he can't really do it the right way. But I'm being picky. It's really nice that he brought a mezuzah. He brought one of those self-stick ones, and he just kind of sticks it by the front door. You're actually supposed to say a little blessing, but I'm going to hope that he said the blessing under his breath, because that's kind of an important part of putting it up. But anyway, but that's a really sweet present. A really, really sweet present. I thought, oh, that's nice. Yeah. All right, now we're back to Shannon and John, and Shannon is talking about Braunwyn and saying how much she hates being called a liar. She simply cannot forgive that. Oh, God. Okay, this episode was such a throwaway. It was such a throwaway. Yeah, they're just, I at the beginning of the season, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. The end of episode 1, where Braunwyn looks in the camera and says, my name is Braunwyn and I'm an alcoholic, and I'm not giving up by any means. I mean, there's still, there's stuff there's stuff that's going to happen, and I'm sure that the wedding vow renewal between Braunwyn and Shawn will somehow go horribly wrong. There'll be some kind of massive fight or something. And I can tell from the little preview for next week that they're doing the tackiest of all tacky gestures, which is having a vow renewal and wearing a full-on wedding gown and having bridesmaids all, in the matching dresses and spending tens of thousands of dollars on it like it's a wedding again. I just think that's so tacky. I really do. I'm not even a big fan of people having like their second or third or fourth, because of people I know, their second or third or fourth weddings with giant white dresses and all that. Yeah. Anyway, but I'm being judgy. Forgive me. All right, so let's hope that next week is a lot more interesting with a lot more going on. Because yeah, the little things that are out there being argued over right now are pretty thin. So we're gonna need a little more. We're gonna need a little more. This no bueno. We need más. Okay, so And also you can push a like, you can comment, you know, I will always answer your comments. I love to hear from you. You can ring the bell and I'll send you notifications when I post new content. And I will be back soon with more. I want you to take very, very good care of yourself and be good, but not too good. Love you guys. Bye.